You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
And welcome to the WBT with Michael Lodge. I'm glad that you have been able to join me because I think we need to do just a little bit more thoughtful thinking about what happened yesterday on the release of the FISA memo by the Intelligence Committee of Congress. So on FISA Friday, we're going to call it that from now on, FISA Friday, we found out that ethics was not observed by several members of the FBI senior level management before the FISA courts and before the American people. This is a very dangerous situation because politics seeped into the FBI and ethics was forgotten. So let's take a look at the oath of office that each agent and senior member of the FBI have to take to begin their lives in their roles and their job. And it goes like this: I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. No place in the oath does it state anything about their political thinking or feelings. Political feelings and hate are to be put to the side and only focus on the law, the Constitution. The FBI is to remain independent of all political thought and only focus on the law and the Constitution. But that is not what happened with the FISA case. The ethics, the oath was replaced by a political agenda. Even former FBI Director Comey put his oath to the side and became political. So why not would anyone else do the same in the FBI when they see their director doing it? Comey opened the door of unethical behavior, of political behavior. Let's look at the short definition of ethics. Ethics, plural in form, but singular, or plural in construction. The discipline dealing with what is good and bad, and with moral duty and obligation. The FBI and the DOJ take about the same oath of office. They should follow the oath to be ethical in their duties of their job. Even members of Congress take a similar oath of office, but we don't see them practicing it when they defend unethical acts, even participate in unethical acts by putting a political agenda ahead of the Constitution of the United States, and to protect the American people of unethical acts of members of the FBI, the DOJ, or even Congress. It sickens me to see Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and other liberal Democrats not fight for good governance, but instead they defend the act of unethical behavior. We have seen this time and time again when these people challenge the Constitution in so many ways, but never defend the Constitution per their oath of office. A promise they made to the American people. What is sick is that Schumer, Pelosi, and Schiff, during the 2016 presidential election, came out and highly demanded, Comey resign, and now they are defending his unethical actions. I ask you, does this make sense to you? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. I'm flabbergasted by what I hear and see that's coming out of these people's mouths. They would much rather put their political agenda ahead of doing what is right for the American people. Thus, as you read the release, I hope that each and every one of you have read the release. It's very simple to read. But if you have read the released FISA memo, it is not about Russia, it's not about Trump or collusion with Russia, but rather it is about ethics of the FBI and the DOJ. It is about a few people who decided to take the law into their own hands and go before a FISA court and lie, to leak information to the media on an open case. Everything that is far from their oath of office and the promise that they made to you and me as Americans. Put all of the politics to the side and look at what is really being argued. That FISA was misused by a few people in the DOJ and the FBI for a political purpose, using a tainted and dirty DNC dossier and Yahoo article as backup to support the FISA court order. This is wrong and unethical in every way. Their oath of office was put to the side for a political agenda. We all want to be able to trust our government. But when we see things like this going on, and it makes even the most patriot concerned if our legal rights are protected. And when we see corrupt politicians protecting corrupt and unethical actions, we have to ask ourselves as Americans, should we keep these types of people in office? And then we have to ask the question, we see this going on in our government, but no one gets in trouble. No legal action is brought against them. Nothing happens. So understand the doubt of Americans when they see unethical practices being done by the government, but no one gets in trouble. I'm going to leave this with you because it comes from a great statesman, Henry Cabot Lodge, and I repeat this every time I see our government stumbling. And this FISA issue is a big stumble where we have almost fallen. So Henry Cabot Lodge says the following: strong, generous, and confident, she has nobly served mankind. Beware how you trifle with your marvelous inheritance, this great land of ordered liberty. For if we stumble and fall, freedom and civilization everywhere will go down in ruin. So I reach out to you, Congress people, and I reach out to you in the FBI and DOJ. Reread your oath of office and make sure that you are fulfilling it to the benefit of the American people. Americans, we have to keep our elected officials in government accountable to the oath that they take. No exceptions. We must protect our country from stumbling anymore. This is Mike Lodge for the WBT. If you want to read my blog on this matter, go to www.wbtpod.com. Click on podcast and you will see my article there. I will talk with you soon. This is Mike Lodge.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.